Alright, Dave in Texas again, and if you'll remember on these modifications I've done to these Chinese guitars, I've always told you I've used Gibson parts on these things, and it's simply because they're the better parts to have. I'm going to show you the difference between a 500K Gibson potentiometer that costs $12 and a cheaper model from Proline parts. Same 500K, but it's a tiny one. It's one of these small ones, right? That's going to fit inside the Telecaster because it's the only size that will fit inside of it due to its small opening on its cover. But there's a difference between these potentiometers that becomes very obvious when you just put one in and play it and replace an older one, right? So I've got this hooked up to a multi-volt voltmeter, and as you can see, it's still in the package. I'm just hooking up to the leads on it. It's reading 557, so it's a hot one. It's way past its 500K, right? So I normally put this on the tone spot to allow it to have a greater range of tone. This one came out at 485, right? So just trust me, that's what it came out at. Anyway, both of them are 500Ks. As you can see at the very top line, gets 500K, oh, right, tapers, potentiometers. Yeah, there's no Photoshop going on here. They're still attached. You can see, well, the reading went off, so they touched. But anyway, the thing is, they still are hotter than they should be. So you can't get a balanced pair. Now, if you want a balanced pair of potentiometers, you got to go out and buy like a dozen of these things and get your voltmeter out and get the two closest that you can find, which is what I normally do, right? So out of the group of potentiometers I got in storage in my junk drawer, I'll find one that matches up to this 557 and put it inside the 355 to give it a more balanced sound and tone. But be aware that if you have a volume complaint after you put in a new potentiometer, check it. It may read 330. It may read 420. But you know, they're just not exact. But one thing I can tell you is the Gibsons are so much better made than these other ones. It's like night and day. And they do last 30 to 40, 50 years, which is amazing. It's phenomenal to find them in the guitar, still working, still at their peak levels, compared to these that will last a few years. So it's worth the extra money, especially when you had to go through the sound hole of a 355. You don't want to do that too often, right? So remember, check your potentiometers against a voltmeter and try to match them up as a pair. That's it. Any questions, give me a holler. Dave in Texas. Bye.